let's do a little recap of our last session.
Yay!
What happened last session? You all...
I don't know, dog.
You tell me.
You all woke up to a freaking bright, windy, pink glowing,
Oh yeah.
the red crystal from before started glowing hot pink, crazy. Kept going brighter and brighter. Wind getting crazier and crazier. Sticks were breaking off of them. Ori unfortunately touched it. Not good. And John absolutely threw a rock at it. It exploded, somehow pushing past the wind with an incredible amount of strength. And suddenly, it was gone. The wind was gone, the glowing lights were gone, and the crystal was completely gone. You could just see a tunnel into the cave where the big old Cyclops was. Then soon, people started to forget that there ever was a crystal, leaving eventually Tarlon the only person who remembers any of the events that just occurred, going to the crystal, that there ever was a red crystal there, before they ran away and their memory was not wiped, which is very cool for them. And because of that, some convincing later, the group now, only Turlon is the only one who remembers what happened there. But some odd occurrences with this pink color. Not exactly known who got rid of this, but obviously some powerful entity got rid of this crystal. John and Felix went back to investigate and found that the Cyclops was also gone, which is odd. So weird things all around, things to think about. You all got to Riddock, started getting noticed by people, got a little entourage, a little security detail. You're trying to keep it low-key, didn't really want to interact with people as you made your way to the Tents of Luck to talk to James, who you all had a lengthy discussion with them. They seemed to confirm quite a bit of stuff. Basically, I mean, just the fact that, yes, indeed, the gods did not create the world. There was a time before the deities, which James was a part of. They came back via some means of some arcanist. They do not know who. They have tried to figure that out, but were deep underground somewhere and then appeared within the Tilki Forest shortly after coming back. But they had a whole planet. There was the planet of Sumia, but there was other planets before the deities. And the first order of deities appeared to be named the Quaternia. And they were able to convince many of the planets that they needed to go within an entity, basically the entity that creates time itself in this universe, Alkasan, to go within it to defeat it. Somehow was able to convince everybody of that. Most people went through these large portals. James did not. And then as soon as everyone was through these portals, the portals closed, and the Quaternia dealt with the rest of the people to banish them beyond the Alkasan Barrier within Alkasan. So that sucks, and so James was there for a long time. James referenced things like years. James knew about the Talker's crystals. Just seems like they just used to exist. They were just a powerful material, much like wood and steel of today's day and age, especially in arcanist, arcana and things like that, magical means. But James does not know why they were brought back. Seems like they were just brought back by random, depending on, or based on what this arcanist that brought them back said. And they've been trying to find it out, but they've mostly been trying to make a life here in Riddock, and because of their various abilities that they have, they were able to procure the Tents of Luck. You all asked lots of questions. We now start our session with you all leaving James's place. James is kind of ushering you all out as your conversation has ended, wishing you all luck. They are saying, it was good to speak to all of you. I hope that that you all have good fun in your adventures ahead. If you ever need anything from me, feel free to reach out. And I'll say that as you all are leaving Turlon, and only you, Turlon, here within your head, James say, and I will be seeing you in our dreams tonight.
Oh my god.
That's probably a good thing. That's probably a good thing.
Really funny. Really, really funny.
Can't be bad, right?
James has to throw something in there.
You gonna
time.
ask anything about that, Turlon?
that's
or
true.
we
You guys
just
have
gonna
a thing
leave?
going on?
Bro, I'm
or-
just my last bite of salad. Give me 1 second.
Just gonna leave?
I just have to react to that.
You
I was
you
gonna
all
react to
been
it, but
seeing each other? Or?
finishing my salad. I think Turlon would react as we're kind of walking by. It's like we're walking away. It's like I'm not
kind of
facing James.
not facing away, kind of ushering you all out. You can tell it's in your head though. It did not come through your ears.
So
Yes.
as we're walking out, for a second I kind of stop. I might be like sort of not in the back from like in between some of you. I kind of like abruptly sort of come to a stop, and I look behind me, and I just kind of lock eyes with James,
Smiling at you.
I'm not gay.
I
Try
shake
again.
I just kind of like shake my head like I'm shaking
Sorry,
something
sweetie.
off, and I turn around and I keep walking.
Hell yeah. You all walk out of the Tents of Luck, and I'll say that, you all discuss, it's really up to you all what you would like to do. You all discussed possibly going to, back to Awade to the Ultra Priest. You all do have a teleportation stone that can get you back there. That's how you all got to Riddock in the first place. Many a moon ago. I should say many a sun ago, because you all don't get them. Or you can do whatever you want. You can do something in Riddock. You can try and find out more information about various
I don't
things.
want
You also
to
can
do
all
a damn thing in
you also
Riddock.
can talk to each other. About
I guess we
anything
could
you'd
talk
like.
to each other.
Yeah.
I think some talking to each
Day
other.
and age of screens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fine.
Let's find like a bar.
Phone's dead.
Just a,
Dude, let's
an
go
empty
to
tavern in a small spot of town and just sit down
dude.
and talk.
Let's go to what's his name? The Brogs.
Let's go back to
Broggs.
Broggs.
Go to Broggs.
You guys know Brogs?
Yes,
How
we
do you know
found
Brogs?
Yes.
we found the shadow cult meeting there. Yeah, we do know about Broggs.
Been a little while.
Go to Broggs.
Is it like, what time is it? It's like noon, right?
It is, yeah. It's you all got there around noon, so it's probably 2-3 p.m. I'll say that you all go to Broggs. One moment. You all
Rolling my brog.
on your way to Broggs, kind of in the distance, you feel just ever so faintly the ground kind of vibrate underneath you, just boom, 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 sound, and your ears begin to pick it up as well. That off in the distance, there's almost like this thudding sound every periodically, almost like steps. And as you turn one of the corners as you're heading to Broggs, you all see a hulking figure, probably about 15 feet tall, 20 feet wide, wider than they are tall, made entirely out of this black stone that you can see across this figure. There are you can see just veins of what look to be magma. Their figure, it's just this large torso, large chest. Their head is on the front of the chest. It's not sticking up like a humanoid. They just have these large hulking arms as they are walking down the street. And you all see that there are these red cloaked individuals kind of walking around these people. And I'll say you all recognize, because you all have been to the Kahar Temple in Kiyasi. They appear to be very similar robes to the Kahar Temple in Kiyasi. Could be different, but the color is exactly the same. And they are kind of walking down the street. as you kind of turn this corner, probably about 100 feet ahead of you. And as you turn, after a second or two, you hear a voice call out from this creature, from this being, and they say, "Is that you, the Storm Hunters?"
That's us.
I was about to ask if this thing was like a creature.
Yeah, I was about to ask if this thing is supposed to be
You
here.
It's like a
You
golem.
You see, it kind of looks like Gollum. There's this big head, again, on the front of its torso, and you see it has these eyes, and everything is made out of stone, so it kind of blinks, and you can see these orange eyes glowing, almost with magma, as its mouth kind of opens up and appears to begin approaching you all again. The ground is kind of shaking with every step. It says, "Well, it is finally good to meet my saviors. Well, I must introduce myself. I am Head Priestess Rakola. It is good to meet you." And you see that this creature, again, like 15 feet tall, slowly bends over down and closes its eyes as it stands up. "I am the Head Priestess at the Kahar Temple here in Rock. And you all, from what I hear, were the ones who saved me. Said that there were some odd happenings to my fellow followers of Kahar in Kiyasi, and they were able to come here and apprehend the individual who was behind my capture." The creature kind of looks
Who
between
are
all of you.
The creature, yeah.
Who are
so I
you?
think
This
I
entity-
look,
So,
I look at you
sorry
guys
to-
confused.
Yeah.
sorry to disappoint, ma'am, but we're not really. I mean, we're glad that we saved you, but I don't really think we did that on purpose.
Oh,
They-
to be clear, this man is
No
a follower of
disrespect. I'm just
Kahar.
curious.
I mean, yeah,
As
Vita
you
isn't.
look to Vita.
I just feel like I don't think we've met. Is just what I'm trying to say.
Who are you?
What did we do that helped you?
We absolutely
Yeah, let's
have
go from the
not-
beginning.
We absolutely have not met. That is why I'm so happy to see you all. From the beginning, well, sometime last era, I'm not entirely sure, as I was asleep, one of my followers, during my slumber, I am in a more, let's say, melted state when I'm at rest, trapped me within a incredibly hot cage, to put it mildly, and I was unable to wake up. I was at the top of my temple, unbeknownst to me, and suddenly I wake up, and he kind of gestures for these fine folks of the from the temple in Kiyasi. They were able to come and prosecute the individual who had captured me. It was someone named Rogue, if I believe correctly. I don't know if you all
my
had
God.
met Rogue.
I like open my mouth, like jaw drop, as I stare over to Vita.
And they,
So,
Rogue and some of her extremist followers, Kahar, has kind of given a bad rap to the temple here. Apparently walking into the magma to show their fealty. They kind of shake their head. A ridiculous notion.
Wrong.
So, I just want to make sure I understand. All we did here is just Vita told the guys over here about what was happening.
We were like,
Kiyasi.
hey,
That's
Rogue's
all we
kinda
did, right?
Strange.
We
Yes.
pointed out the heresies,
Five
and I guess they went and
seconds.
eliminated the heretics.
Yes.
We're
All
like, yeah,
you
wait,
all
Vita, that
did
is strange.
yeah, they were like, "That's fucking weird. We should probably check on that." And it seems like there was something happening. And yes, as you were saying, correct,
I
Felix, you
turned
remember
to
as
whisper. Oh, sorry.
as
You go,
a
Steve.
gorilla climbing up to the top of the temple here in Kahar, and there was an immense heat emanating from the top of the temple, and you were about to look in, but you feared that you would be burned if you did so, so you kind of just left it alone. But there was an immense glow occurring at the top of the temple of Kahar, and it was not investigated further, but
Wow.
I turn to Vita. I whisper. I guess that's part of the reason Kahar likes you so much.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna hold on my hand. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
yeah, you see
What'd you say
they
your name was?
reach out. Oh, I am head priestess Rocolo. And they kind of
Rocolo,
reach
that's
out
right.
this hand that, is 3 feet wide. But you see the hand that is kind of melting with this.
That's wide as fuck.
These veins. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. These melted like magma veins kind of cool and harden as it reaches out as to not burn you, even though you could withstand it, but it doesn't know that. And goes to shake your hand as it kind of envelops.
What are you, Ricola? Why do you look like this? Is this going to be what I turn into if I follow Kahar?
They kind of chuckle a little bit.
Can only
No.
hope so.
No. I don't really know what I am, to be honest with you. I've been described as a elemental of sorts, but I've not met anyone quite like me. But no, I don't believe that you will be turning into something like me, although, he kind of checks himself out a little bit as he kind of flexes his muscles.
His rock muscles.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, her rock muscles.
Yes.
Or her. It's an elemental made of rock.
Gender crime.
Yeah.
Could have a dick.
But you don't see one.
Not that I
but,
need to do with gender.
Yeah, exactly. But there's nothing wrong with that. But
A hard on look.
there's nothing wrong with turning into this. But I do understand your concern. You'd like to keep the body that you are in now, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Basically, calm down.
Sure.
I look to you guys and I say, "Well, that's neat, I suppose."
Well, yeah, I gotta ask. So, what was this rogue character? What were they? I mean, they trapped you, but like, why?
Well, she had some stronger beliefs about Kahar than I did. She was one of my followers before, from looking over my notes that were in my office. Thankfully, she left untouched. Otherwise, I would not remember what was happening before that era. From what I can tell, she was just a devout follower. The temple used to look a lot different than it does now. She kind of made it very drab. Stone, furniture. There was no wood or color at all within this place. We've improved it if you would like to visit at some point. But yes, she seemed to have a devious plan to trap me, and it appears to have worked. And even though if it doesn't seem like it was your all's express intention to do so, I am glad that you have, because otherwise I wouldn't have woken up, and who knows what Rogue would have done from there. I mean, you all know her better, I'd imagine.
Okay.
What did you do to her?
Yeah,
Where is she now?
Oh,
What's her status?
apostasy?
Oh,
She melted? Did you put her in lava?
Put her in lava, right?
No, she's just in prison.
Under
She's in jail.
Under whose authority? Just out of chaos.
I handed her over to
Well,
the
she
Reaver
did
Council.
kidnap like a person, so that is kind of.
She's
Wiseman is like, does like I'm more or less in like, does the Church of Kahar have like their own judicial system, or is it like the cities?
No, we don't.
No, this is a state-run prison we tossed her in.
Yeah. Oh, this is a private enterprise prison. It's terrible.
A humane private capitalist prison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, just over to
She
the
can
Reaver
buy her way to
Council.
freedom.
Shut the dwarves beyond.
I do not know fully in her intentions. I've mostly been focusing on my head priestess duties to bring back the temple to its former glory, and they kind of look, move their entire body to look down at you, Vita, and they say, and I mean, thanks to you and your group, improved the reputation of Kahar quite a bit. We've gotten a few visitors, and maybe in the next Riddock expansion we will be included within the walls at some point.
Maybe.
Next Riddock expansion? No.
We love Kahar here.
Riddock DLC.
It's huge.
It kind of shakes its head, or it nods its head as you say, "We love Kahar."
It shakes its.
That's excellent.
Oh.
That's excellent news.
No,
I'm gonna turn to
no.
Vita. I'm gonna say,
You're
well, congrats on
crazy.
assisting your god.
Yeah.
They kind of reach
So what does
down.
he get? So
Yeah, you go.
is this?
Go for it.
Would you when you help out your god, like, do you get promotions? Is it kind of like helping out the boss, or do you get like certain benefits, or because this seems pretty important? So does Vita kind of get, I don't know, like, does he get like little brownie points? Do you know what a brownie is? Have you
They
had a
don't give
brownie
me
before?
anything.
8 extra hours of PTO a year.
It,
Oh, you get a
it
pizza
says-
party.
Yeah.
PTO medieval times. That's awesome.
It says,
Grad
well,
party.
I
That's
do
worse
have
than just like
something.
my baked bread party.
Uh-oh.
It's a coupon. There's a coupon to a Ben and
$5
Jerry's.
all tail at
Yeah.
Srags.
Gonna
It's a
suck.
subscription to a monthly cran bread.
Face
box
lights
thing.
up.
Why
Oh
take
my
us to
God.
the luck? No.
Yeah, sorry, we're spoiling. We're fucking it all up. Sorry, Steve.
No,
Sorry,
this-
sorry,
this-
sorry,
this
sorry,
is-
sorry.
$5 discount at the company store.
Stupid.
This is a
You
silly
get double
creature. It's
script.
But they say to that, they say, oh, well, that will have to be between Kahar and Vida. I'm sure that Kahar is pleased that I'm no longer trapped. But I did have something, and they kind of reach around, and you see that there's just this large kind of pouch that is kind of bolted into the side, like the back right side of their body, as they begin to kind of reach in with their large stone hands. I did have something in case that I met you all. I'll return to Riddock. It's, well, I'll just say that Rogue depleted quite a bit of the coffers that we had for Kahar, so I can't give you much in terms of gold,
Oh my
but
God.
I can give you these
Oh.
things. And
Wait,
they
it's
kind
not
of
money?
they pull out 4 of you see these little tiny pins almost, but they have the sheen to them. This little shine that has the symbol of Kahar, this red volcano with this deep orange kind of, what's it called? Like volcanic rock coming out of the top of it. As they hand each of you, where's my items?
What did I do?
He's
Where's
got it
my
in
home?
Foundry. The goat.
Come
The
on,
goat.
come on, come on!
Hurry!
Give me my reward.
Hurry!
Give me my reward. Give me my item.
I want my DDD token from the Subspace
My
Emissary
trinket.
of Super Smash Bros. Brawl Campaign Story Mode.
What?
My trinket
This-
now, Mr. GM. My trinket.
This little charm of fire resistance.
Yeah!
It gives you resistance 5.
Uh,
Unfortunately for you, Fida, does not. You have a natural resistance within yourself that is greater
Okay.
than what
Is
this
this it?
provides. I'm not. Give me an Arcana check, Vita, to know if Vita would know that this would not be helpful to.
Brain check, by God.
Arcana.
I'll say that
Jesus.
you know you don't need more fire resistance, but you're not entirely sure that if this will help or not. Like, to you,
Thanks, I
you
guess.
resist fire quite a bit.
Okay.
But I can
What
give
are
that.
these?
This will protect you from some fire damage in your adventures. I know that you all are doing great things beyond just this small town of Riddock, and, well, it's what we can provide. But know that if anything in the future, if you need more resources or aid in any way that we can provide, know that you will absolutely find it from me.
Oh, thank you. So this is magic, yeah.
It is enchanted, yes.
Okay, good to know. DM, how much does this look like it's worth?
It is worth about 250 gold.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
So you could sell it if you
I'm
like.
not gonna sell mine personally.
Sell
So-
mine whenever I get a chance.
Let me. Yeah, okay. So
Can be
everybody
later.
put that into your inventory, please.
My
Oh,
foundry's
not
black
already.
right now.
I can do
How
it
do
for
I
you, John.
do? I
if you
just. I did not have permission.
We don't have permission.
Permission to view it. View the
Oh,
sheet for
shit.
the item.
want. Okay, then I shall do it. 1 moment.
Although I can still drag it in my inventory, so I have it now.
So
can't
Turlon,
click on
you
the
now
sheet.
have it, and you should see on your character sheet that you have resistance 5 to fire.
You don't need to add it to mine, Steven. I was able to get it.
Yeah, so it's epic.
Epic.
Okay, Mr. Felix here.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's not stupid.
Step it up.
Unlike
You're
me.
able to invest it.
Click drag.
To invest in 3,000.
You've got it.
Activate my orb of
Kahar
disarray.
coin.
And yep, I've got it in your inventory, John. Not invested, unless you want it to be.
No.
They kind of they say, well, it was good to meet you all, and you all have your own adventures to get to. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Good to see you all, and please visit the Kahar Temple at any time. You are always welcome. They kind of nod their
So
head as
one
they
last
begin.
question,
Yes.
if you don't mind. Regula, it was?
Yeah, Ricola. Racola.
Racola? Whatever. I say the name in
Rockola.
pronunciation.
Yeah.
Rockola. This might sound like a stupid question, but how did you recognize us? What have we been described like? Was it just Vida being purple? And I looked at Vida like, sorry if that's offensive.
Way to
No.
profile.
They say, well, you all are let's just say, a group that stands out in your current attire. And, I mean, I was described to me that the Storm Hunters are a group, and there's a druid, someone who was banished, a knight, and then a purple cloak wearing elf with long blonde hair. And that appeared to be you all, and that's why I asked at first. I wasn't entirely sure, but when I see 4 of you all walking through Riddock, I made some presumptions, sure.
That's good to know. Thank you.
They kind of nod their head as they begin to lumber off as you are walking down the streets.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Just
I'm
make
gonna
a heart
pull out
bless you
my-
all.
My journal
Thanks.
and scribble the description she gave.
Gotcha.
So we gotta change our clothes.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Well, look who
Well,
just stumbled across 250 gold, and I hold up the token.
Woohoo! Me too.
I would change my clothes, but I fear someone might have commissioned art of me, so I can't change my outfit now.
You can wear a
I
cloak.
don't know what that
over it,
means,
you know.
but sure.
I've already changed my outfit since that happened, so guess I'll do it again.
Oh.
Broggs Gaming.
So you all make it to
Yeah,
Broggs.
Broggs
You
Casino.
all aren't even asked. If you remember, there's like a trap
Haven
door that leads
Brogsters.
down with like a bouncer. Your group, you all are not even asked
me in.
to go down. You are just let down into Broggs, this subterranean cave that appears to be carved out. This night tavern. I'll say it's starting to pick up
I'm
a
a
little
Broggs VIP. What can I say?
bit. You
I got the
all,
membership card.
it's been some time since you all were in Broggs. A few levels, I'll say. So you all enter. You get some glances. There's some people who recognize you, but it appears like you all want to stick to your stealth, and that's kind of yourself, and that is the kind of the air of this tavern is to stick to yourself.
They respect your
And so no
privacy.
one bothers you. Exactly. Respects the privacy, so you all are able to find a table, get some drinks, and
I go,
can
Brog.
discuss. You see this dwarf who is on, I think he's on skates, if I fucking remember. Anyway, scoots on over to you all. Yeah, how can I help you?
I asked for the triple X, please.
You can see that there's a whole bunch of bottles of it on the back behind the bar, and so nods and
Yeah,
gets
2
it
of
to you
those.
right away.
I'll just take an ale. Thank you.
You are all gotten your drinks, and you all may discuss as much as you like.
Yeah. I think I want to talk in character, but I'm gonna say above board. I definitely think I want to like go do something, if that makes sense. I know it's like generic, but I more
I don't
mean
really want
like,
to do anything today, this session, guys.
no, I more mean
Yeah.
like I want to.
Can we drink?
I feel like we've done a lot of info gathering, which is awesome, and I'm learning the secrets of the world. But I want to like go on a mission to uncover something or
Stuff.
investigate something. You know what I
Oh, yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
getting the itch.
the most direct thing we have is following in Zelgradrus's footsteps to see what it is he found out. That's what I think we should probably be doing next. No, wait. College had a mission for us. We could also do that.
Could do that.
Is that
Also,
in
we could hunt
The
down.
channel
curiosity
for the
place.
details of it?
All you are told is to have full access to all of the resources in the Sylvie school. They were having an issue in the Feywild that your talents would
Right.
be able to handle.
So, considering those two paths, Vita,
Mm-hmm.
what do you know of where we would go to track down any information about Zelgradrus?
Yeah, I know where he's from, and it's, yeah, it's well
And that is?
documented. It's in the Yimba Wilds, and there's a lot of papers on his expedition and disappeared and his college and everything. So it's really easy to find.
I find
Is it
Yimba
actually
Wilds on
this
the
easy to
map.
find, Steven?
So it's below Tilly Forest, south of it.
Yeah, if you go to the
Do you-
Sumia map.
Do you know how big the Yimba Wilds are?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well,
The three of you
Yeah,
know
that's-
it's as big as the Tilky Forest, if not bigger.
Do you know anything more specific about where in the Yimba Wilds?
Steven, there was some article or something I read, right? About, like, it was a location, it
know-
was like a college or a town
You
or
know
something.
that he was part of the University of Dinsen, which is by the Y in Yimba Wilds. So
Yeah, Dinzin.
at most you could go to that town.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have maybe two paths forward. One would be to go to Dinzen to investigate and ask questions about Zelgradrus, visit the college, or we could go back to Kihasi, to Sylvie's school, and try to gather, perform the tasks they need done in the Feywild. I do wonder if the Feywild had been at all affected by any of these happenings here in this plane.
Fae, I'm not one for religion. Are the Fae somewhat disconnected from the gods?
They hate their ass.
I have no idea what
Okay,
they are.
well, that might be a place to figure out more secret history.
We could find allies in this fight.
Remember,
And,
speaking fairy is what dispelled the insanity in Siskin. So,
Hmm.
there is something
So-
inherent about them.
We talked
Well-
about that Titan. I don't think it's time to wake one of those up yet. Kind of feels like a not last resort, but like a final step. Learning about Zelgradrus might help us understand why purple people are coming back, and also going to the Fae might just give us a boatload of more information. Because if they don't like the gods, then they're not going to withhold anything that would upset them. So
I think both are smart paths. It's just a question of which one we should do first.
Vita, how interested in are you in learning about Zelgradrus?
I mean, I don't care about him versus the Riccolo guy that we just met, but
Rock Hollow.
yeah, whatever. And
Yeah, whatever.
I
man.
also have no idea what the Fae are, or anything with that. So
I guess it depends on if the problem Sylvie's has is like time sensitive. I don't think did we ask? Or they were just like, we got an issue.
I'm not entirely sure what they said, but what I'll just tell you, which you'll now just know, is that they had a way to get to the Feywild, and in the Feywild there is currently a problem, and they can no longer get into the Feywild because of that. And so I'd imagine that it's a withstanding problem until it's solved. So there wasn't really a time limit on it, so I'm sure it would still be there.
It's not
if we
like,
went back.
oh, it's a tense situation that's going to explode if we don't
Yeah.
do something
So
about it.
I
It's just
think
like,
it's-
well, we got to go there.
They got a block.
to me, it sounds like if we want to go towards Dinzen, there's a lot more palpable things because we know a Titan is there. We know that was where someone disappeared through the breach, but it was thousands of days ago. Who knows anything? We may find less stuff versus the Feywild is more abstract. There's not a clear reason of how it'll help us, but maybe we'll have like an amazing new connection that is completely devoid from the gods, like even better than we could have. So it seems like more ambiguous, but could be a better reward. So I don't know.
I think, well, we're not really at a. I mean, I don't think we are at a stage where we like can do anything actionable, even with allies. So I do think we should investigate, like, go help out Sylvies, so we can like cement them as our allies even more so, and hopefully like find friends in the Feywild. We should do that eventually, but I don't think we need to do that first, because like, oh, we recruit them and then like what? Just tell them to wait until we figure out what to do. Doesn't really
That's true.
depend on the order. So I kind of, my vote is honestly to go to Dinzen, just for like a change of scenery for starters, and we have like I think the most to go off of there.
Do you find you have a pressing reason to go to Dinzen then, or is it just given that neither of them are pressing, you'd rather go to Dinzen?
Like me?
Yes.
Oh no, there's no. I mean, the neither is like pressing. We have to go there. I honestly, I think, or like pressing because that's an active problem. But I mean, it's not. Based on what they were saying, I don't think anyone's like gonna die if we do nothing. They're just kind of
They're
roadblocked
blocked from going to
I'll
the
take
Feywild.
a big swig of my ale, and I'll kind of like slam it down on the table.
4%.
Well, I'm trying to get away from the. That was me laughing, not Turlon. I'm trying to get away from, and I kind of hush my voice. 10 cuts. As soon as I can, and southerly is the right direction
What?
to go.
Can you say that
What?
loud? I couldn't hear you.
Couldn't
I
hear
said
you.
Very loud.
southerly.
Somebody
Southerly.
just
I lean
screamed
in. I get ready to raise my voice. Someone else screams, and I clap for them, and then I continue back. Well, I want to go south to escape Zenka. I think that'll get the most distance from them, so I'm inclined to agree. Dinzen.
Okay.
And I lean back and I wave over a server for another ale.
Can I have another Bud Light?
Can we
Says
take the
Turlon.
burst to Dinzen? You guys want
Can I
to do
have
that?
fantasy
I don't
More
want
or
to do
less?
that. I never want to do that again. I can't.
Frankly, I don't like the burst.
All right.
I think it's abnormal and it doesn't belong here.
I like
I'm a
the
bit of a
burst.
traditionalist when it comes to the burst, says John.
Well, surely we can just teleport there, right? We have
There's magma
access
nearby,
to
isn't there?
08. Well, there's magma, but there's also like 08. They have teleporting stones that go everywhere, and they said we can use them.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
could
okay,
go
sure,
check
why
it
not?
out. We can go check.
Yep.
See what's up.
How far are we from? Oh, so we have the thing to get us back to a Wade. So
Yeah.
we teleport back to a Wade, and then we ask to use theirs
Teleport
to
to
teleport us to Dinzen.
somewhere in
Yep.
the wild.
Yeah, you
Okay.
know,
I
you
got
know
by
the,
that we can
you
we
know
can
the
take an ultra priest
teleportation
crit
thing.
stop while we're in Wade.
Yeah, you know the
if we want.
teleportation to Riddock was, like you were like a day outside of Riddock. So it's like these things, like you were just in the forest and you had to go find
Yeah.
the road, right? So like these
Okay.
things are all around. So there's not one that's guaranteed to be close to Dinzen, but way closer than you are now, right?
Yeah. Okay, so do we want to then maybe rest on teleport to a Wade or close to a Wade, walk there, ask them to teleport us to as close as they can to Dinzen, and while we're in a Wade, stop and ask the Ultra Priest questions?
Sure.
Sure.
It's just Alden's dead body is still on.
Yup,
the
he's staying
map.
there. He's staying
Really?
there
Where the fuck is he?
on the Sumia
Oh
map
shit.
above 08. He's staying.
He's been reanimated. He's been reanimated as a zombie.
Yep.
Um,
yep.
We go back and they're all infected. The whole city's been
Yeah.
overtaken.
It's the
Oopsie
rage
daisy.
Alden's
virus.
the zombie lord or whatever.
That's the rage. That would be the worst. Oh god.
Yeah, you all thought
Wade,
you were going
worst
to Dinzen,
fucking
baby.
worst place to live.
well,
You're going to fucking
assuming
London.
we made up our mind and we've moved to more casual conversation,
Rage viruses.
that is a question. I assume no one else. Does anyone have any other serious matters to bring up regarding this?
Nah.
Or are we decided?
John's got nothing. John is here for the ride at this point.
What's in that triple X anyway?
I talked to this
Good.
alchemist one time, and they described something called ethanol. So
Hell yeah.
I don't know what that really is, but yeah,
So you're
they said
drinking
it was like
ethanol?
99% that. So
I'm intrigued. I'm roughly at the end of my drink. I chug the rest of my beer, and I slide the cup over to you. Can you get a drop?
yeah, I pour Turlon a little, what the equivalent of like a shot is.
Yeah, sure. Shot.
This was
I
a
go-
tasty Bud Light. Can you
I
get me
smell
some
it.
moonshine?
I smell it. What does it
Some
smell like?
rubbing
Steven?
alcohol. Tell me what it smells like, John. What does your drink
It
smell like?
is. If you know how sometimes there's hand sanitizer that is so pungent you can smell it across the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like that, but on crack. No, it's like that, but like times 20. It's like the elephant's foot of alcohol. It just
Jeez.
it doesn't permeate your nose. It permeates every other sense in your skin.
Miasma
So,
coming out of the cup.
I go
Yeah.
to smell it, and
It's-
I get like I'm holding this beer, like I get to maybe like
Yeah.
here before you see like my nose perk up like a dog that's just noticed a snack, and I like kind of like my body goes like rigid. Oh.
It's that even from Tom and Jerry where Tom makes the bowl of poison milk.
He's going, he's just
Is
pouring
this a
shit.
joke? Is this a joke? Are you actually drinking this? And then
You
before
see-
I wait
you
for
look
the
over
answer,
at,
I go take the sip as I look
If you
at
look
John.
at John, there's 2 bottles empty. So yeah.
Does anything happen to me when I take the sip of the elixir, or does it
No.
just taste bad?
This is
So,
more for a bit.
yeah.
I don't know. Go for it.
It's
though. Here, yeah.
yeah. I'll say
Getting into the details here of the triple
Okay.
X.
give me a fortitude saving throw, and I'll say the DC is. Let me check something so too quick. The DC is 40.
Oh.
I
Okay.
see. Well, we'll do our best.
You can roll that easy.
Okay. I get it. Could I have not just gotten one more to make it not a critical failure?
Unfortunate critical failure. So yeah, it's like if you took a
Drastic
shot on an
harm.
empty stomach is what it feels like. Like
Oh,
it just permeates in your body. It doesn't really. I mean,
God.
it's up to you, John, if it tastes like anything, but it just kind of tastes like.
Have you ever had Burnett's?
Yeah.
It's like if you ever did your like, I don't know, I don't know what you were like back then, but whenever you did your first shot of vodka, it's like that initial, it's like that one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
shot
I
of
get what
vodka
You're
you're
not
you
gonna
have
forget
where you're
this.
just kind of like, yeah. My first shot of vodka was Burnett's, strawberry Burnett's, and I'll never forget it. But
I don't even remember mine.
yeah,
Um,
the party.
So I go and I take the shot as John is kind of looking at me.
Great
And-
damn rep.
You see, I like go like I'm about to like hack up a lung before I just swallow it, and I say, "Wow, you've been sipping that.
Good.
I gotta
Wow.
eat
Yep.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow."
Wow.
I look at
Yeah.
it. There's a couple dregs of it left in my glass, and then as the server walks by, I hand them the entire glass.
Oh.
I'm not
Well,
getting the rest of those dregs.
Usually it's used to like, I don't know, take paint off walls, but I was in a caravan with a guy for a while and he drank like one of these a day. And I was around 14 during that time, so I kind of started drinking it then. So
Brutal.
it's the only thing that really gets me like feeling anything at this point.
Weird.
Wow,
John's
Wow.
fortitude is so
Wow.
high.
wow.
Well, it was more for the bit. I didn't realize it was going to evolve. into
Taking a
much
shot of
more,
grain liquor just to feel something.
just to feel
love
something.
it.
That's what we call a hillbilly shot.
I-
That Red Bull
Yeah.
gives you
after
wings.
a couple more minutes,
That moonshine gives you
Pass.
4-wheel drive.
I will say. By the way, just out of curiosity, you guys haven't had any weird dreams about James, have you?
No.
Never.
I haven't even. I think this is the first day I've met him. So
Never.
Well, a fair warning. They did whisper in my ear. I assume none of you heard it, but they did say a voice inside of my head.
Oh.
Yingling, let's go.
that's it.
There was a voice inside my head from them that said that they'd be seeing me in my dreams.
Oh.
Do you guys have you?
Isn't
been-
that like a
are
sex
you-
thing normally?
I was gonna say, have you guys been a thing in the past, or
No, and I certainly hope it's not the sex thing.
I
I
mean,
don't really know what they meant
I mean,
by
it
it.
is, but like I doubt they meant it that way. They're kind of strange.
Yeah, they are kind of strange. Probably an old manner of speaking from a past time.
They're lonely.
But if I do anything weird tonight, I'm going to assume it's related to James and my dreams.
Sleep facing away from us. Yeah.
Yes, ideally in a different room.
Nerd.
Anyway, if
Hope I
anyone
don't
else,
get that.
if no one else has any conversation to bring up, I go to bed.
Are you all
Get
set
don't
with
know
the
if
Riddock?
there's anything else.
Wait.
I just
Yeah.
feel like we should rest in Riddock and then we can start in the morning.
yeah? Wait,
Before
I
that.
want to find one of those. There are maps in those big maps in Red Arc, right? This is the last thing I do before I get
They're posted
sidetracked.
everywhere, yeah.
At every corner, there's a map that kind of is like this map that you're looking at right now. I'll say all of you notice there is no shadow room on all of them.
Yeah, baby.
Cool. Well, I look at the map and none of it interests me, so I want to go to bed.
Oh yeah.
Bed.
But let me cross out shadow room. Do you get a separate room?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. I'll
It's
say.
just me and James tonight.
Let's switch up the music.
Why?
Let's
Why
make
would we
it-
need to switch from the
there's
happy
no
peaceful music from
reason
my
to.
James?
Hello, Tarlan. Just fully
Hello,
naked
Mr.
James.
Tarzan.
I almost spit out my
Big baby
beer when
pool
you
full
said
of
that.
oil.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! I literally almost spit out my beer.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello there. Do you know what mud wrestling is?
Okay.
So anyway,
You all are drifting off to sleep. Turlon, I'd love for you to give me a dream roll, but
yeah, okay.
roll it with fortune if you can.
Oh no way.
Roll
Let me see if I can
two
figure out a way to
D100s.
manually enter that.
That was the worst soy jack face I've ever fucking made.
I wasn't
You
even
missed it.
watching the screenshot.
God.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna roll two D100. Damn, it's not very good.
Tape scares the shit out of me,
You
Mr.
got
White.
a 32 and it'll an 11.
I got it.
Yeah, you can
What?
click on it and it's a 32 and 11.
Jesus
Or your
Christ, that
two
sucks.
rolls.
I
So you're
suck.
32. Perlon,
You're
as
getting hogtied by James
as
tonight.
you're
You're
dreaming,
dreaming, boy.
And I ain't gonna remember most of it.
you're thinking about your dream.
Just remember it was
Uh,
hard and raw.
As you're going to bed, you're thinking about the fact that fucking James may be here. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Well,
did
I'm
they
trying
do
not
about
to
that?
think about that.
Yeah, true. Trying to just go to bed, just have a normal sleep. But as you are, you wake up and you remember this experience, but it's odd because you've had many dreams and they've been kind of visions that you've seen, right? But this one, you remember back and you remember it feeling more real than it was before. You remember beginning in floating in this black empty space, a space you've been in before when you've seen these large, tarot cards in front of you that then turn to reveal some vision you saw at James's room. Previously in one of these visions you've seen Goyla with the slash across her chest from the madhouse days. That was when you saw that the attack that Gatch had done to her. You've seen various things in these dreams, and you're floating in this space once again, but there are no tarot cards in front of you. And you remember just floating there for a while, and then you hear a voice from behind you. You hear, Terlan, and your body shifts around in this floating empty space. and you see James is floating maybe about 10 feet in front of you, but they are also floating, and you see just their tails are just floating behind them, and since they expand out so far, it's like almost there's a halo of their tails around. And they say, they look to you, and they say, "It is odd to be in this space, yes?" You're able to respond. You remember being able to respond, so what did you say?
Yeah. I would probably just say, "How are you here?"
They say, well, right now our minds are in a different place. Or, well, no, let me rewind that. They say, our minds are in a different place. And you notice that they are speaking a language, that you've only heard spoken a few times before. It's this guttural, kind of throaty language. You've heard it spoken at the top of Aku's Peak. You know that what is being spoken to you right now is Alkasan, but you fully understand it in this space. Even though you don't know the words, you know exactly what they are saying as they speak it to you. And because of that, you notice there is no faltering like their normal voice. They say, well, we are in the same space. It is because our minds are in this space. Our bodies are back on Sumia. Respond.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Okay. Interesting. Oh, but you knew. Am I speaking Alkasan?
You are speaking common. If you
Okay.
hear yourself, you're speaking common.
Yeah, I try to listen to how my voice sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But you knew. You said you'd be here. Did you do this intentionally?
They say, they look at you and you can see just a little grin appears on their face, and they say, yes, I have more control over these abilities. Have you had similar dreams like this before? Where you have floated in this space, seen visions of other places? Perhaps, and they kind of pause for a moment, my office that we were in earlier today?
I will squint very narrowly, and I think at that point I try to focus in on myself. Am I stupid question, but I'm just trying to really think this through in character. Am I physically aware of my body, so to speak? Just because James has said, body's one place, mind's another. I'm not even in terms of my body back in the inn, but I'm just in the dream, do I actually have a body I can feel?
Give me an esoterica check.
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh goody, oh goody, goody, goody.
Oh goody gosh, oh gosh, golly gee, oh goody.
Golly gee.
26.
You, as you focus on, are you, it's such an odd question that you've never had to ask yourself before. Am I physically present right now? And as you try to go to feel for that, you realize the answer is no. You are in this space, and if you look down, you can see your arms kind of around you. You can inspect your stealth, but you are not, you are not here. You know that this is, the word would be an astral projection, but you don't know that.
Yeah.
This is the.
It's I have a VR headset on.
Yeah, exactly. You know you're here, but you know you're not. You're not physically here.
Yeah. Okay. How do you know that? Yes. How did you know that?
They say, when you are watching my conversation with Mary Proletat, I could sense a presence. I had to leave as it was a private conversation, but I was not sure who it was until you stepped into my office again today. And then I could feel it. I knew that it was you. And from when you first stepped foot into Riddock, I knew that we were similar in ways. I thought it was just our interest in things that you now know as Alkasan and beyond or before the deities. But I think it's something more than that. They kind of look around and they say, where we are right now is in between realms. We are in the infinite domain. There is nothingness that you can see around you. But far off in any direction you look, there's a realm somewhere. We are in the middle
As James is
of
talking,
the cosmos. Yeah, you go for it.
I go to like try to grab. I know I can, right? It's not real, but I go to try to grab my mirror
Mm-hmm.
and just like look into it to see what I see.
Mm-hmm. Also, you look into it and think of it like your eyes feel like they're not working for a moment because you look into it and it is cosmic colors, but there are colors that you have never seen before. There are stars, but you don't see the actual shapes of them. It's these twinkles in the light that just vanish quickly. And it's like this almost ever-moving fluid within this mirror, and you face it towards you expecting to see yourself, but you don't see blackness or anything. You see an undescribable swirls of colors, movement, flashing lights, and it's like looking into a portal of something entirely unknown as you look at the mirror.
I clutch the mirror and I look back at. It's almost like I feel like the way Turlon reacts in this moment is like they should be comforted by this. I think by this conversation with James.
Mm-hmm.
I think James is trying to be comforting, but I'm anything but. I'm very clearly, visibly off-put by James having said this, and by this being visibly and verifiably true.
Mm-hmm.
And I just stare at them for a second. But how? Why? It's been hard to believe all of this. The different planets, the gods, the Quaternus. This feels so much harder to. Why?
They start to slowly just kind of float towards you, and they say, it is frightening at first, but you get used to controlling this ability we have. Being able to look beyond yourself. Be able to see things that are happening elsewhere. Not just on Sumia, but other places as well, if you really wanted to. I haven't really fully focused on it yet, but I can teach you things, if you wish. Teach you what I know about it. You ask how, and they kind of look around the space around them. And they kind of reach out a hand towards you, and they say, let me see if I can find out why.
Ah! Sorry, this is my actual reaction to this information. Yeah, sure. I hold James's hand.
As you grab onto James's hand, you see James's eyes just go fully black, almost like the blackness that you see around. As for a moment, it appears like you feel a presence enter your mind, something that's uncomfortable for just a moment, but it is just for a moment, and then their eyes come back as they're still holding onto your hand, and they say, there is something clouded. Can't quite see it. They kind of squint their eyes and they say, you never really knew your father growing up, did you?
Checking my notes. No, I'm kidding.
Father James.
You know, my actual reaction to this information. Um, that's not important. And then I kind of pause. Why is that important?
All I know is that there's something he sacrificed for you to have this power. You ask why. Unfortunately, that's not a question that I can answer. But you can control this. You can get more experienced with controlling it. I have been able to look all around Sumia, in other realms. Occasionally, in my dreams. You should practice it. And they kind of let go of your hand. And they kind of start to float away. Do you say anything?
I will watch them float away, and I will mutter to myself, Beldroth, why? As James floats away.
And you see James kind of float off into the distance and like fades into black as you are left in this space for just a moment. And
For a moment, I'm scared I'm going to be left in there forever, like Vita.
and you, I'll say, because of your dream roll, you remember that part of the dream. You know that there was more that happened in that space. But you can't quite remember it. But
Sorry,
as
when you say
wake,
that part, sorry, do you mean
Yeah.
I remember everything we talked about?
yes, you remember
Okay.
everything. You remember your conversation with James. That part.
The
is
conversation
clear
would
in
have
your
went
mind.
longer, but I can't remember really anything after that.
So
Okay, yeah.
you remember
Yeah.
all of those parts. But you all
Yeah,
wake
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Normal dreams for anybody else?
A nice dream.
Lovely dream.
Mhm.
I sure hope
I
it
had a dream
does.
about sugar
Sugar
and a
Oh.
girl named
cubes.
Rebecca.
Sugar cubes. You all
Okay,
meet up
well,
in the tavern that you all slept, or not tavern, but the inn that you all slept in.
Yeah.
Whatever way you would like.
yeah, I'll write a quick summary of that encounter in my journal. Okay. Well, interesting. I'll meet up with you guys in the morning.
Alright,
Okay,
hold
well,
on, I'm
how'd the
looking
change
through.
stream go?
It
You
was
meet James.
interesting. James was in my dream, yes. Happy to report nothing sexual. But
Hmm.
it was interesting, if not
Define
informative.
sexual. What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
I think you know what that
I'm
means.
sorry. I had a triple X this morning.
Understandable. That would do that to anyone. Don't talk to me until I've had my morning triple X. I say to you guys, well, they met me in this sort of space. You might remember a while ago I told you I had a dream where I saw James talking to Councilmember Proletar about the 10 cuts. It was as if I was sort of a third-party observer to that conversation, and then James reacted somehow to my watching them. They told me in the dream that they knew I was watching at the time. They knew someone was watching. And when they saw me yesterday, they knew it must have been me. They told me they have this ability that they don't quite understand to sort of project themselves out into other spaces and view things. Not just in this realm, but in other realms, they implied. And they implied I'm able to do the same thing and could hone that power. They also implied that my dad, my father, was involved in that. He sacrificed something. I don't know much about my father. I only ever saw him when I was very, very young. He was gone. My mother said he left, never why.
What was the context of seeing him again?
I haven't seen him again. I haven't seen him since.
Oh.
Just James said he sacrificed something, and that is why I can do. James thinks I am able to do that. He also thinks it's connected. You're making a crazy face, Alex. I'm sorry. LaFleur. Sorry. Oh my god. Sorry, I screenshotted it for all your enjoyment. It was worse before I got the screenshot. But I I don't know. I don't know what he sacrificed. I mean, I know he was.
What if it was you?
I
What if
don't
it was?
think so.
What
I'm
if it was
here.
time with you and your mother?
But he definitely sacrificed that. But I'm sure if James was referring to something else. Hopefully not himself. He was a talented alchemist, that's all I know. That's all James said to me. That's when I woke up.
And you were from the Watat Empire,
Yes,
all of you?
I grew up in Isu, Watat Empire. And my parents were from a, I think my parents were from a smaller farming town. But they never spoke much of it. I most of what I remember is in Isu.
Isu. Does
Just
that
In the
mainland?
In the Watat Empire, it's the capital. It's a big city. All I know, my dad, he was an apprentice and then eventually worked in his own shop. I think my memory's a little fuzzy of him. My mother didn't like to speak of him, and honestly, neither do I. But he could be involved in all of this. I guess it's also connected to this, and I hold up my mirror. Whatever special underlying magic does this. Yeah, I pulled down my pants. It's also connected to this. So yeah, that's my speech. That's what happened.
Well, what if your dad was the one that brought James back?
When did James come back?
Beginning this era.
Beginning of
Beginning of
this.
this era. I think to the voice in my head that is always able to tell me what day it is of the era.
That was about 2,200 days ago. So no, you were born, and your dad had left far. I mean, you don't know if your dad's alive or not. So
just want
it's
to confirm
possible.
the timing. Yeah,
It's
my dad was
possible.
gone well before the era started. I don't know. Maybe. I suppose that might be a thread to track down. I mean, if my father did something to get me or to get someone these powers, it could be connected to everything. I don't know. I lean back into my chair, presumably we're having this conversation at a table.
Things to think about.
Mhm.
Things to think about.
Things to think about.
But James said I could hone this power. I don't know how exactly, but it could prove useful to us should I be able to hone it.
All right.
I'm gonna ask for a coffee.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Sip my coffee.
Get some delicious coffee.
I gotta go. If you don't mind taking a quick break, I gotta go put my bowls in the dishwasher because my cat is trying to eat them.
I'm still listening. I have my headphones on.
Sounds good.
You're free to continue chatting. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Man, I didn't get any
Bowls.
weird dreams. Weird.
Nothing notable in anybody else's dreams.
I was just in a field.
Doing what, Vita?
Just walking around.
Average
Weird.
Vita dream. Fucking walking around. Oh. Name's
So-
Keegan. What's up?
I'm looking at Spell hearts right now.
Spell hearts.
Mm-hmm. In a +1 item bonus to athletics checks and resistance 5 to non-lethal damage. Wait a second. Why am I not buying this? Give me that shit.
Yeah,
Steven,
you-
that item I got from the Kahar temple when it was with the lizards.
Oh yes, I need to put it in your inventory. It is not.
Yeah. That's it. I forgot what it was called.
You do not know the name of it. I'm gonna call it. Is now in your. Where I will update the description and everything later. Ah, what a good time.
So what's the stuff to? What's the thing to get back to OA? Just so we have that all ready. It's just like a stone, right?
Turlon has it. Yeah, it's a teleportation stone. It appears to have Alkasan text around it.
Yep.
You all remember such things? Dude, I'm thinking the art's gonna be ready by our next session, and that's gonna be a crazy reveal. I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody to see everybody else's art. I've been
That'd be cool.
very pleased with my boy Jopi Muhammad in Indonesia.
Fuck yeah. Gotta figure out how to apply the. Okay, I bought a spell heart.
Spell heart.
I got spiny lodestone. Greater.
Spell
I need to
heart.
figure out. Yeah, I need to figure out how to attach it to my shit. Figure it first. I need to look up what spell. I only read about them forever. Permanent items that work similarly to talismans. You affix the spell heart using the affix the spell heart activity, which is identical to affix the talisman. A limit of 1 talisman per item remains. An item can have 8 spell heart or talisman, not both. And cast it, blah blah. Casting a spell can be, for example, crafting a spell requires a spell to
I don't know if in Foundry there's any way to do it, but you just have the extra item.
PF2 spell hearts and activation tab.
So this guy keeps texting me my dreams. What's that about?
Things
Oh,
to think
brother.
about. But I will say you
I'm
all
still listening.
Yeah, you all wake up and you are in the tavern. Turlon has told you all of these things. Do you all head to... You all going to teleport back to await? Is that the game plan, the goal?
Sounds like it.
I think so.
Take a little stop in Awade. I'll say, where do you all do it? You all know that the teleportation circle takes about like 30 seconds. Like it's like this fading thing. You all remember the
Yeah, we should just go.
coming here. It takes like 30 seconds to slowly transition to the
Like
next
into a
phase.
like small room, maybe.
Yeah, you should probably do it.
Just-
silently.
We're like, hey, here's the stuff we need to check out.
Yeah.
We just got to go back up to our room real quick, and then we teleport out from the room after
Yeah.
we're done
Yeah.
checking.
Just
We hit him with the Irish goodbye.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'll never
What
know.
what country claims the Irish goodbye in Sumia, Stephen? That's important.
We're not
lore.
That's a Yatak Flats thing for sure. No
The
question.
flats goodbye.
wow.
Flats
Yeah,
goodbye.
goodbye.
No
Flats.
question.
That's the flats goodbye. We hit him with the flats goodbye.
We hit him with the attack. You get it.
Sorry.
I will say you all take out the stone. I'll say, I think if I remember correctly, Turlon has the stone. And
What do I do? I'm Turlon.
I just
and
spilled beer all over the floor in my kitchen.
damn.
No.
Let's
And
just
for
say
unspecified reasons, I want you guys to know that Steven's my goat. Can't specify the reason. Steven's my goat.
but I will say you all are okay, I get it. I'm dumb. You all make it your
No, you're not, Steve.
go into the room and you begin to hold out the stone. Remember, it's this baseball-sized kind of jagged, sphere crystal. And now, as you're holding it, it has kind of this light gray coloration. It's not white, but it's just slightly gray coloration. It kind of emanates this small glow. And you've been shown how to activate it. Obviously, you all came here to Riddock. You activate it again, and you all are holding onto the stone, kind of a center in a little semicircle. And you see the room around you begins to fade out slowly as it kind of gets overlapped into this small stone room that you all remember being kind of the teleportation rooms of within Awade. You're slowly going out. And I'll say, all of you, if you can, just roll a d20 for me.
And you know what? I can. For what it's
In
worth.
Foundry would be great. Just roll a d20.
Jesus Christ.
What if
Okay.
low is good?
Okay.
Low
alright.
could be good. Low could be good. Things to think about. Let me see if this is correct. Do I have
I'll need-
though? You good?
Do we all need to roll 80 or
Yeah. Roll a d20 for me.
D20?
Nine. Okay.
9.
9. Where the fuck? Where are all your characters? Where did you all leave Awade? I can't even fucking remember.
We're in the tower of the Vasir. Ultra.
Yeah, makes sense. That's not where you're gonna be right now. Get you all over to the freaking central hub, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy shit.
Also, we're foregoing the spiny lodestone. Non-lethal damage is I thought it meant resistance 5 to any damage that isn't going to kill you. That's too crazy.
No, yeah,
It's
a
specifically
yeah, if someone's
resistance
trying
5 to lethal to damage that would not kill you no matter what, and that's like
yes,
kind of useless to me personally. So
yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. Yes, we're now in Awade. You all are slowly,
Been so
as
long.
you begin fading out, you start seeing the stone. And I'll say all of you have high enough perception. As you're fading, the room, the tavern room that you all were in before, the sounds of that room, like the sounds of Riddock, slowly kind of fade out as the sounds of, the stone room, which is not much, kind of slowly fade in as you're slowly transitioning body and space throughout, as there's the circle of the Alkasan runes around, which has been transcribed by Turlon. I think you've only translated half of it, actually. Whatever, doesn't matter. There's the Alkasan runes around. As this teleportation circle appears, you're slowly fading between these two places. And I'll say all of you, as probably about like 2 seconds, a second left, as soon until you're almost fully transitioned to Awade, you hear this faint opening of a door. And all of you can see as you look over to this space, the door of the room you all were in within Riddock opens, and you just see a figure. You're not able to see it, it's too faded out. You see a figure open the door and slowly start to rush towards all of you, and is not able to make it before you all are fully within a raid. It
See ya.
has. So it seems
What do
like
they
there
look like?
was. I'll say, yeah. Everyone, give me a perception check to see if you were able to piece together what this person looks like. They're incredibly faded, so the DC is. I ain't talking about the gotcha. Incredibly faded. It's going to be incredibly hard to see.
Everyone, try to put all your focus into one part of him. I'm trying to think about his feet. I mean his feet.
His feet.
His hands.
His hands.
I saw nothing. I saw nothing.
His feet.
I got a 34.
Yep, Felix, you are the only. You all see this figure rushing towards you all, like the 10 feet. It is almost there, but I'll say, all you see, Felix, of what this person is wearing, you see a brown cloak. These brown robes, very simple brown robes. No, say paraphernalia, but I don't think that's the word for it. No decorations on it. And you see that it is a female elf. That's all you pick up on it. You don't pick up anything else about it, but it is a female elf of some sort.
Rogue.
Appeared to be trying to get to you, but was not able to. And now you all are within a stone room. After a few moments within this room, you see that there's a door on the other side of the room. You've all been here before. You were asked for the password, which you all already know because you were told in the past it's all things erode with time, which is kind of the password that you've heard when you first came here and you were told when you left. And you are within the kind of the transportation room. Kind of like in this in-between space. If you went down on this elevator, you were met by some Zaroon guards who will all recognize you as the Storm Hunters and bow their heads towards you. You all know if you went down, you would go into the Vein Breakers' home, their base, right? If you all went up, you would be in the central hubs, and you can go to make your way to the Tower of the Vizier Ultra to meet the Ultra Priest. It is up to you all, but you all are here in 08. Do you all go to the Ultra Priest or anything else?
I was muted.
Before we go to the Ultra Priest,
Before we go anywhere, I'd like to comment. I'd like to have a brief conversation about the thing that was chasing.
True. Good.
Once we are out of there. Did any of you get to look at that person who was running at us?
no.
Probably the hotel clerk.
It was an
I'd
elf
okay.
woman. That's all I could figure out. I couldn't see what I couldn't. Obviously, it was like seconds, not even. So I couldn't really tell what she looked like beyond those details.
Interesting. So not the storekeeper.
I don't think so.
It was not. No, you all would have recognized if it was the storekeeper. It was not.
So why? I hope it's not who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I mean,
mom?
me too. No, Rogue.
Oh, I'm not thinking of Rogue.
What are you thinking of?
I mentioned it to you guys briefly. An old accomplice of mine in the 10 Cuts was chasing after me. She's an elf.
We got to kill these 10 Cuts guys. They're on us. They're up to no good.
They're so slow, though.
I'd have to agree. Well, they're far from their base of operation. That limits them. Trust me, if you were in the Watat Empire, we would already be
Frankly, they offer nothing useful for society, and as a result, I think the entire organization should be abolished.
I agree, that's why
Yeah.
Sure.
Hell yeah, John.
Why not?
You see Turlon's kind of looking away as they say that. Shakes their head. Thankfully, we're further away from them here, and we'll be even further away from when we leave this.
Well, now that we're back in here. I'd like to go to the library because I kind of want to see if I can find out any information on the Titans for later. What their abilities really, and what did it take to control them? So,
So are
you know, if we have to do something else, that can be later. So,
Yeah, I don't know if I have much else to do besides go talk to them, because I definitely would to go talk to the Ultra Priest, the library.
So do you all go to the Ultra Priest first or the Archives? It's up to y'all.
we'll go to the Ultra Priest since all of us wants to talk to them.
Let's do it.
I'll say it takes, a good 2 hours to get to the Ultra Priest. It's a very big city. You are able to transfer through the stands, but you are able to get there eventually. And as you make it once again to the Ultra Priest's room, remind everybody what the Ultra Priest looks like. Again, it's this giant tetrahedral room, which is kind of like the four-sided dice. You all have glass on the back, so you're able to see just the sunlight coming through. Sand on the ground, and you see on a giant sand or a giant stone. What are they called? Throne. You see a person made entirely out of sand. A person is a huge overstatement or understatement. It's a 50-foot tall being, humanoid, made out of sand, wearing these the sand armor. As you all are let into the space, as you all are the protectors of Oaid, you have all been decreed a title by the Ultra Priest themselves. You are absolutely allowed to speak to the Ultra Priest if you'd like. And as you enter the room, immediately you all are hit with just the presence of the Ultra Priest. You all are on good terms with the Ultra Priest. You all have saved a good district of the city from further destruction not too long ago. And you all, are named the Storm Hunters because they asked you to have a name. But I'll say that even entering this room, there is the reminder that if the Ultra Priest wanted to, they could squash you in an instant, right?
Like a bug.
There's this element of, I've entered this room, I could die in a second if I really, really fucked up. Like, I don't think I will, because you're talking to, you're friendly with this person.
The threat is there.
But the threat is very much there where, you're entering almost, quote unquote, the lair of the Ultra Priest as well. So there's very much this palpable feeling of fear. But nonetheless, the Ultra Priest is delighted to see you all. Stands up instantly from the throne as you all enter into this large space. For them to be able to stand up and not even be remotely close to the ceiling. It's just how big the top of this tower is. And they say, Storm Hunters, it is good to see you. I hope that you all have good news, good tidings coming to Oaid. When I heard that you all were coming up, it delighted me so. What brings you all here into Oaid?
Also, sorry, pause. We should have, I think probably beforehand we would establish, just make sure we're on the same page. Probably could talk about the Ultra Priest to this stuff a little bit, but probably shouldn't talk to the library about the more heretical stuff. Agree?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Carry on.
We're here because we found out way more than last time, and we killed Gatch and saved the forest.
Yeah.
They say, I do remember you all. I do remember hearing that you all had taken care of some force within the Tilgi Forest. That's great to hear. You all have learned more. Well, please, not encourage me. Enlighten me on what you all have learned about. Hopefully, if there's some way we can stop from all of this crystal business coming back, that would be fantastic.
Well, I assume we tell him about well, we know there's these types of crystals, and
Yep,
There's
I'll-
12 colors.
Yeah, I'll say
Yeah.
how, for expediency, how much do you tell the Ultra Priest? Everything? Like, essentially what y'all have
we
been
tell
going
him.
through?
I
Yeah.
would say we
It's up
tell
to-
him all the stuff we learned about the crystals.
Okay.
We tell him, and you guys can veto these
Maybe it's
things.
better to focus on what we don't tell him.
Yeah, what are the details of the last, since the last time you all talked to the Ultra Priest? Since you've been in 08?
Well, I mean, about the
So maybe-
crystals, about the fact that someone gave Gatch the book about, or some force gave Gatch the book about crystals, so that I think that's important because that means that there is like an enemy out there.
Yeah.
And it was possibly Rita Kumi, or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Right.
Rita Kearney.
Rita
Could be.
Kearney.
Could be.
Yeah, which is the god that Gatch worshipped. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the monstrals god.
Mongrels.
Mongrels.
Mongrels. I mean, would you all tell him about the red crystal and it disappearing to the
Yes,
pink light
yes,
that just
that's-
happened?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
love to get his insight on that.
I think so. Yeah.
Then, Gatch, book appeared out of nowhere. There is a book, even. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I'll say, did not know even the name of these crystals. He did not know they even existed. And this is, if you all remember, is a deity that was made to be a deity because of his efforts at the end of the war that ended the Dark Era, the second era of Kosa. So because of that, this dude is by far one of the oldest Third Order deities. So he doesn't even know they're called Tulker's crystals. So that's news to him as well. You all are important shit. So it seems like there's nothing being precluded. It's up to y'all. And if I say something that you wouldn't want him to know, fully fine with
Probably
recipient. I
not
know.
the shit about the dragons, because I don't think that's relevant. And I feel like
no dragon shit.
he's probably paranoid, but I feel like that is a friendship we should keep to ourselves.
Yeah,
Separate from the
I agree with
gods.
that.
If we reveal it, it should be impactful.
Gotcha. Okay. Then yeah, leave out Siskin. That's fine. But the different crystals, would you all include Horrell as well? Like just the
Yeah.
shit that was going
Yeah.
down there. Okay.
Yeah, that was also educational.
Well, similar to your all's first interaction with him, as you all continue to speak all the various things, he's kind of just leaning further back in his chair. This massive being, kind of just.
He's thinking hard.
He's thinking, and
Thinking hard.
oh yeah, he's
Stupid fucking
And
jerking off in his chair.
as you all heard him. He should have never stroked his beard. As he's thinking to himself, he
Should have never
there's
stroked that shit.
there's a good 5-second pause as he kind of sits up and he starts to stand up and he starts to pace, right? And as he's pacing back and forth again, just every foot.
What does that? What does that sound like?
This fucking
Goodness.
skyscraper pacing in circles.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Galactus.
It's so interesting because there's a sound, but you see that his feet almost connect with the sand at the ground. Almost, it's like it's morphing in. It's not like the sand kind of raises up to reach his foot. So it's not as impactful as you're thinking. There is just this vibration as he's walking around the room, kind of echoing around the space. And you see sand begin to, as you all are talking about this, sand begins to run up the walls of this tetrahedral room, kind of blocking off the light more so in here. Very evidently, as last time, this is something that he did to kind of block off the sight from other deities, as you all talked about Alkasan business, just as a precaution. And as you all enter, he's kind of pacing around, and his voice, a lot more solemnly, says, "So, very concerning news, but I'm glad that you all know it. There is something that I must ask of all of you. First, I feel like we have been forthright with one another, and you have helped out Oade immensely. So I must state before I ask this question, I do not judge you for whatever answer you may put forward, but I will make my position known clearly. Kind of pauses for a moment. In your future endeavors, you're finding more about this. If you all get to the point where you have a decision to make, where you could seal the Alkasan Barrier, ensure that there is nothing coming more through, or let everything through. I'll say, do you mention anything about what you talked about with James, like about how there was there was a whole place beforehand? It's up to you.
I don't know.
That
Because
feels
this
like a bit
guy's
of a
loyalty
conflict
is
of
ultimately
interest.
to the gods.
The Ultra Priest was there when they sealed Kosa, right?
When they sealed Kosa, yes. So the Ultra Priest
But
knows
not
about the
James.
Alkasan Barrier, but does not know. The Ultra
That there
Priest
are
is the
people.
one that told you all that there was a world before the deities, and there was some big trick. He doesn't know what the trick was. He just knows that there was a trick. And so what James confirmed to you all is literally, yeah, it was a trick. The trick was they all thought that Alkasan was going to kill it.
So if we tell him this, it could like shake his foundation and his superiors.
I think we should probably just vaguely confirm his understanding. We don't need to get into the details, but we've confirmed there is another world sealed behind them on a trick by
Yes.
the Quaternia.
Okay.
Quaternia.
So
We don't need to
essentially,
say Quaternia, but
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Confirm that there were people, but not that you all had met one of these individuals, and that
Yeah.
there would be.
And not even in a just to be as clear as possible. I don't even think it should be in a we know, but we're not telling you. Just like we have heard from another source independently that agrees with your assessment. So
Yeah, that's fine.
we have reason to believe it outside of just you.
Yeah, he does not press any further on that. But he does mention, if you all get the decision to seal everything, seal the Alkasan Barrier, not allow anything more through that's been leaking out, these Tulkers crystals, as you all say, individuals that are coming through due to this Dark One figure. If you all had that choice, or you could let it loose, let everyone who was tricked back, what decision would you make? Now,
I want to answer.
Yeah, do you answer right away? He did say he wanted to
Well,
say his
no,
piece, but it's up
let
to you.
him do his
Yep.
thing first.
Yep. He quickly says, now I am biased, as I am a deity, and he's kind of walking around, and he's kind of facing you all, gesturing as he's speaking. I'm biased as a deity, but from everything I've heard, and from everything that I personally have seen, opening that barrier could be a very bad sign. If everyone who comes back would certainly not like the deities, and even if you were all to convince them that me or even the second order deities who weren't there at that original trick were not targets, targeting the first order deities, I have seen and been part of wars of the gods. There are consequences to such wars. And he kind of pauses for a second. I mean, you all know of the Serapi Peaks on the west side of Sumia? Those did not...
the Serapi Peaks, of course.
Yeah. Those all did not exist when I was immortal. They were created during that war, when another deity slammed another deity into Sumia, creating those peaks. There were possibly millions of people that were in that blast area that were
Okay, less awesome.
gone.
Take it back.
So, if it's released, that is a potential. Now, say you all could make that go amicably. I don't know what that would look like, but say you could do that. even with the exposure of the Tulkris crystals to the world of Sumia, from everything I've seen, it seems like the Tulkris crystals are bad, right? Maybe you all have seen difference in your experience, but I see that there is this person that was taken over by them and got your hometown village, Felix. There was one within the heart of the most massive false hydra possibly ever seen. There was just a mortal person who could just conjure a storm so big that it still may be ravaging on the other side of Sumia, who knows. And this Gapsh fellow that you all took care of was terrorizing a forest with these powers. I don't know if releasing these Tulkris crystals onto the mortals of Sumia, whether they intend to or not, it seems to have bad outcomes. And maybe you all don't have a decision right now. But I ask you that question because in the end, kind of pauses for a second, if you all really do make it to the end, that is the end goal, does this barrier get sealed and all of everything we've gone through, the status quo remains the same? Or is that opened and it kind of raises our arms up? Who knows what happens next?
I think I have a question for you.
You kind of nod
Do you
your head
think
at
the majority of the people locked behind the barrier deserve to be there?
They shake their head. Absolutely not. I
think in that case we have to free them.
kind of pause for
Maybe.
a second. But anyone else can jump in if you want.
Maybe. Seems like you don't want us to do that though. So, what if we did? Huh? Would you like that or no?
As I said, I personally wouldn't. And if that really is your final goal, I would need great assurances in whatever plan would follow afterwards, because just blindly opening that door is, and they kind of gesture towards you, John, could put all of those people in danger as well.
Sure. I think there'd be a way to show discretion for who comes through.
Well,
But if it's somebody who's locked behind the barrier because of the gods and now they're pissed off at them, then I want to see what they were like before then.
the good news is we
And
are
if they're a kind-hearted person that went in there and they were treated unjustly, then I think they should come back.
So I'm not really decided on all that. I would turn to you guys and just kind of talk to you, knowing the altar priest can hear me, but I'm not talking to the altar. I think what we do about the Alkasan Barrier and our ability to do anything about that is well beyond the current situation. I sympathize with your feelings, John. But I think it would not be an understatement to say what we might do about the Alkasan Barrier is a conversation that is worlds away from the present. Worlds. I do not know nearly enough to know what to do, how it will be done, or when it will be done.
Yeah, I have to agree with Tarlon for this one.
Well,
And I turn to the
where
altar
I stand.
priest, and I kind of say, I don't think we are in any position to be able to promise to do or not do anything, because I really don't think there's anything we can or can't do, or anything we can do about the Alkasan Barrier at this time.
They're kind of nodding, and they say, I fully agree. Don't stress yourselves out about it too much, but I hope you know my position, and know that these are things that you must consider in the future if it all comes down to you all making that decision. Now, to talk about what you all said, It's good to know the name of these crystals. It is good to know how many exist. It is good to know that you all know extensively how one of them exists. More information such as this will benefit whatever future you all decide upon. What concerns me the most is what happened to you all recently. The red crystal that only you remember, Turlon, disappearing in pink light, was it?
Yes, the light was pink, but the crystal was red. And only I remember it. It also seemed to happen progressively. At first, John and Felix forgot, and then Vida forgot mid-sentence. As we were discussing whether or not they forgot.
And the Cyclops was gone afterwards as well? Seemingly by the same power?
One must imagine.
They kind of pause for a moment.
But we have nothing but happenstance and we have nothing but happenstance to assume that.
They kind of stand and they're kind of looking. They're facing the wall that once was this giant glass orange window. It's kind of facing as if they can see out of it, but not really. And they kind of turn towards you all and they say, "What concerns me is I think that was Vidana's doing."
What?
And they kind of pause and they say, I know I said that if the First Order deities were to find out about this, that everything would be destroyed. But I can't think of a different explanation. You all postured maybe it's some automatic triggering. But what confuses me is I don't know why the Cyclops would not be there. Cyclops wasn't this Tulkrus crystal, or this strange Alkasan stone. It was a being of Sumia. And to disappear like that, well, you all would have been disappeared as well, would you all have not?
Maybe if we had stayed closer to the crystals,
They
we got away.
see that they kind of squat down, and they're still like 20 feet, 5 feet tall, even as they squat down as they look at you all. But you all are difficult to see even now in front of me. I can see you, but there's some presence. There's some protection you have. Makes it difficult for me to see you. What I worry is maybe Vidana didn't know you were there.
Wait, sorry, pause. I just thought of it. He could say that without issue. He could just say
Yeah,
that.
It's the era of Vidana.
Yeah, Vidana's the one going
Oh.
right now.
Yep.
Come on, Kevin, keep up with the lore. Fucking A.
I thought it was all of them, man.
Coming up on 2 years, buddy. 2 years.
Stupid,
Get with the
stupid,
program.
stupid.
Yes, he's saying Vidana's
This is going
just
on
fine.
YouTube video.
But yes, he says, "No, I'm not entirely sure if Vidana knew you were there. I'm not entirely sure if it was automatic. I don't know the powers of the First Order deities, but if it's really true that the First Order deities know," kind of pauses and kind of shrugs his shoulders. My assumptions of them are perhaps wrong. I would have assumed that everything would be.
I'll quote James here, but I'll act like I'm just saying it. Well, maybe they've put in too much effort in everything. They don't want to just wipe it all away after they spent so much time building everything. That makes sense.
Kind of nods his head. It's possible.
Plus, like, if you wipe everything out when you're the one in control, that's gonna look pretty bad. At least among the other gods, right?
Kind of see he's still pacing around.
Kind of cringe.
And I'll say, you all hear. I mean, he sometimes, I'll just say above board, sometimes the Ultra Priest forgets that he's a deity. And so he's kind of whispering to himself, but you all can hear him say it. He says, I could ask her, but that's a bad fucking idea. I probably shouldn't do that. He's kind of pacing
Good
back
job,
and
Ultra
forth.
Priest. Get rid of those intrusive thoughts. No, I shouldn't ask my boss. I'm the one trying to hide it from her. Fuck.
Fuck. If only I knew. They kind of look to you all. They say, this is good information that you all have gathered. What is all of your next goals? Knowing that perhaps the First Order deities are aware of Talker's crystals coming back.
Well, the other half the reason why we came to Oaid was...
You cut out after was.
Ah! One thing we wanted to do after... Half the reason we came to Oaid was to teleport to the...
Dinsen.
I don't remember it. To Dinsen, or as close as we can to Dinsen. To continue our ever-long quest.
Kind of looks to you all and says, is that for the Titans? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Primarily.
If you all find the Titan, what will you all do with it?
That's a great question.
I don't even know if we can do it. Can we do anything with it? Or we're
We
not
have
str-
not thought about nearly enough of these
Gonna
questions.
beat it into submission.
I don't know that it's there. See what else we can figure out from it.
Kind of nods
I mean,
along.
yeah.
It is good to gather this information, and I wish you the best of luck in such endeavors. All I know is that they were great beasts, or great machinations that were controlled by the deities against the dark forces during the Dark Era in their war. I never saw one myself, but I've heard that they're as tall as mountains, and they can have a beam of light that emits from their eye to banish individuals, so it's a
Yeesh.
good starting place.
Do you have any idea of what? I mean, you saw them in action. Like, should we do anything if we see one, like specifically to prevent it from waking up? Or, I mean, we couldn't control it, right? Like, it's our power.
Kind of shakes his head and he says, I've never seen one personally, but you should not wake up until you are sure of that question I posed at the beginning.
Okay. Got it.
Sweet.
Are there any other questions that you have for me? All I implore you all to do is continue on your quest, think about those questions that I posed, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. But yeah, I don't have any more questions. That's kind of
Nope.
all the
Oh, yeah.
updates
Yeah.
we got, I think.
Oh, yeah.
We
I'll
got
say
it all.
if there's any questions that you all want to ask that you would have asked during this period, absolutely just text me and let me know. But I will say we can end the session there. You all will make it you all will go back to the central hub, make your way to the closest place to Dinzen in the next episode. We'll see what the
Woo!
fuck was happening with Zell Graters.
Boom, boom, boom.
When the teleporting comes out sizzling. Sorry,
we
that's
are-
not funny at all.
That's awesome, dude.
Not
Keep it
funny
up.
at all.
Keep
Keep
it
it
up.
up.
Titan
The
time.
Keep it
teleportation
up.
comes out
Comes
sizzling.
out sizzling.